When did you realise that trading time for money was never going to be fair? My guest today is Tom Spark. He went from being a burnt out teacher to building a business that pays him for the value he brings and not the hours that he works. If you're stuck in the grind or chasing someone else's path, this episode is going to wake you up. Let's go. Perfect. All right, Tom Spark, thanks for coming on, mate.
Thanks for having me, man. Been
No
looking forward to
worries.
this.
Now, I want to start this off by asking, when did you realise that trading time for money was just an absolute trap?
Okay, I like this. So I was a teacher, secondary school teacher. Wind it back, I was actually a musician when I was growing up as well, and I kind of went into education by thinking, my music career is not taking off right now, I'll do something. And both my parents were teachers, so I went into being a secondary school teacher, and that is not a good pastime job. That's quite an intense thing to do. Basically I was teaching. I was working really hard at it. I was actually doing a good job. I was put on all these programs. They were kind of sort of helping me grow, and they saw some future for me within education. And this is in the British education, actually in Wales, Cardiff. And teaching profession is full of great people. Really good-hearted people. It's very underpaid. Everyone kind of knows that. But I remember, I kind of was doing this lesson one time, and I put a lot of effort into this lesson, made these resources. It was beautiful, high energy, came in for the kids, ready to deliver it and absolutely smash it for them. And I did. I smashed this lesson, had a really, really cool time, and felt really proud of myself. And then I walked to the room next door. I went to get a coffee or something afterwards, and I looked into the room next door, and there was just a teacher there who was flicking around on their laptop. The kids were kicking each other, trying to do whatever. And she hadn't put any care into the lesson. And that's fine. But it was in that moment that I realised she's actually getting paid more than me because she's been in the system longer. We're not getting paid for the value we provided. We're literally getting paid for the time we're serving here. And I was like, why would I try? I was like, why am I trying? I was like, I'm going to get paid the same. And money, and there's also the metric of satisfaction as well. That's important. But, satisfaction doesn't keep the water on. Satisfaction doesn't take you to Ibiza or whatever you want to go,
Yeah.
So I just, in that moment, I was like, why am I going to commit my life and existence to something that doesn't actually value me, in the form of money? And it was from then I kind of realized, right, I need to do something where I'm going to get paid for the value I provide, still within education. Education and info space is amazing. And that's when I kind of stumbled into the info space. I was like, right, I'm good at shit. I can teach. But how can I actually get paid more for that?
Yeah, cool. Have you ever heard of silently quitting? It's a thing that came up a couple of years ago, I think, where people just start to do less and less and less and less and less until they eventually quit, when someone's kind of checked out of a job or whatever. Yeah. Would you say that happened to you after, directly after that scenario?
Yeah, it's like the refocus. I've always had the creative energy. I think we all do. We always are full of something where you want to channel it, and I was channeling all of my creative energy, all of my intention into that job and the teaching. And I think once you realize that it's not coming back in the way that is optimal, that's when I was like, right, where can I re-channel it? And obviously you have a limited bandwidth, a limited amount of kind of creative energy throughout the day, throughout the week. So I started moving it to other projects. It was music at the time, electronic music, and that meant that we did silently quit. It was getting less and less of my energy, but it also makes you efficient. It also makes you realize how little, not skill, but you can do a job very easily. If you're thinking in that bare minimum mindset, you can appear to do the job well and tick all the metrics, and you can do that. I'm not saying it's best for the kids or best for the institution, but this is the thing again. If you're a company or you're a business owner and you have a team member who's really good at what they do, fucking pay them well. Fucking pay them well. Make their life easy. Oh, they want to take a couple of days off because their nan's got a hernia. I don't know. Great. Cool. Good for you. Give them whatever they want. Pay them fucking well. You will make more money. And I see so many people trying to get higher. I'm looking for an A player, and they're paying C player salaries. Yeah. So because that's the psychology of it. People will check out. You want to make it, incentivize them. That did happen, the silently quitting thing. And what I also noticed was the people around me also checked out. So when you're in a school, you're kind of in this. People stay there for a very, very long time. what I noticed was that as soon as people knew that I was leaving, and it was like a big secret, like everyone was like, school gossip is insane as well.
Yeah,
like,
I can imagine. Probably the same as the schoolyard.
the teachers are worse. The teachers gossip about the kids.
Yeah,
like that's actually true. Like the teachers are gossiping about the kids all the time. It's not healthy. It's their whole life is at school. But as soon as like word got out, he's like, oh, he's going. People checked out of the relationship as well because like, oh well, he's not going to be here. So people just stopped. Not that they're rude, but yeah, like, I was going, and they kind of like withdrew the.
Yeah,
attention.
don't have to give Tom as much time, type of thing. Yeah, that's pretty insane. That I didn't actually think about that, but I was very much the same in like a lot of the jobs that I used to have. I felt like, I suppose, care too much is probably the big thing. Like I was really passionate about whatever I was doing, whether I was selling phones at Telstra or like working at McDonald's or something, like whatever I was doing at the time, like I really cared, and I was like, this has to be like good and perfect. And then I held myself to those standards, and I feel like that I've been really good at everything that I've done because any job that I've gone for, I've been like passionate about, type of thing, or I've gotten passionate about it once I've learned how to do it. And when I noticed other people, like similar to your scenario, when I noticed other people not doing the right thing or like just doing the absolute bare minimum and we're getting paid the same or whatever, I'm just like, what the fuck are you doing? I'm like, like I couldn't, for some reason it just didn't compute in my mind. I was just like this, and I just didn't like those types of people either. Like I was like, if you don't hold yourself to this standard, like what do you hold yourself to? So then I was just like, you guys are shit, I hate you. And I didn't converse with any of those people.
It's a great point, and there's a great thing. One of my favourite mentors ever is Wallace D. Wattles, and I often bring him up when in all sorts of things. And when you're looking to increase your life and like improve your life, you want to expand out of your current kind of job or your current kind of role. And it's very easy for kind of, I'm in the online business fucking guru space. So it's very easy for me to be like, everyone should start a business. And no, not necessarily. Like your next step is right in front of you. And I think where a lot of people go wrong, you basically should expand out of your current role. Now, if like the institution you're in doesn't allow for that expansion, that's when you need to move laterally perhaps and move into an institution or your own thing that does allow you to expand. And I think where a lot of people go wrong, it's like burn it down, burn bridges, and then like do something else completely. But the way I see it, and again this was Wallace D. Wattles, is you need to kind of like be operating like overflowing in your current capacity, and that's when the opportunities come to you as well. It's like whatever you're doing, overflow, expand. And then for my instance as well, similar to yours within like the teaching education, I was doing that. Like I was giving everything. I was making schemes of work. So I was making it interactive. I was like, they put me on this like outstanding teacher program, which I had to stay, didn't get paid for, had to stay after school another couple of hours every single day. Then I'd get this qualification. And then when people came to visit the school, they'd throw them into my lessons. Tom will do that because he's got that energy. And I was like filling it. I was just giving everything to this role. And, that story I tell, it wasn't that it was just, one day I was like, oh, fuck you, then I'm not going to do anything. It was like heartbreak. It was like, I've put so much into this. And like my path forward here is fucking another 10 years of pretty much like this, the same. I was like, I can't do this. Like you need to give me a route to expand. And that's when it was like, right, well, what are the other options? But I think what's really important is you don't get bitter, is you have to understand that and that you're overflowing your current occupation. And then if it gives you room to expand, it will make sense and you can fill that in and you will expand, the opportunities will come to you. But otherwise, if it's constrictive, then that's when you move laterally into something new and find the
where there is
there.
that ladder you can climb type of thing, where you can move into. Yeah, nice. That's good. I love that. So what was next for you? You moved into the coaching space, and because I also know a little bit about you, obviously, because you're one of my mentors. Because you moved into DJing as well, or was that before or after the teaching, or was that on the side?
Yeah, so when I was like young, I was playing. I was a very good guitarist. I was playing in bands, doing a lot of weddings, and I was like I grew up in Cyprus, and was very much in the nightlife scene there. Yeah. Bit of DJing, nothing like crazy, but it was making me a good amount of income. Then when I went to uni, took loads of drugs, lost myself, got a little bit fat, and just like went fucking like. I assumed, I kind of had this ego when your kid as an 18-year-old does. I was like, oh, look, I play in bands and look, I'm really cool. But then I went back to the UK for uni, had no network whatsoever. So I was like, let me gig. And people were like, fuck you, who are you? And it just crushed me a little bit. And I was like, no, I'm me. What are you on about? Like, you have to let me know. Fuck you. Like, we do things different over here. And I was like, and it kind of crushed me a little bit. I couldn't quite break into the scene. So I got really I studied music engineering and production at university, which is kind of a waste of a degree, but also I loved it. So whatever. We had some cool studios there. It was actually a fun degree. Like, I got a degree for basically hanging out in a music studio, making beats and making rock music. So it was fun.
Kind of cool.
Yeah, it's all right. Like, it didn't like expand my brain. Well, a little bit. Anyway, so basically I was really trying to make my music career in the electronic music scene take off. I was like making record labels. I'd made a couple of record labels. Some of them did well, some of them didn't. I had different artist aliases, like Tunnel Vision was one of my first ones. I made like melodic techno. I actually got signed to some like decent labels. This is interesting. Like at the time, like it's funny. I was doing drugs all the time. Like I was doing, not hard, but I was doing like MDMA in the party scene. Smoking weed all the time as well, and like still operating. But it's funny how that affects your mental state, because I was like making this melodic techno music and it was actually doing well. Some big kind of like brands and big labels were picking it up and being like, yeah, this is fucking awesome. But however, what was cool in Cardiff was underground like dungeon house music. And like my friends who liked that dungeon house music, like I got this sense of like, it's funny when you're like smoking all this weed and like doing these drugs, it's like there was this weird thing where it was like your music's shit, and like and it was like I was doing well, and like I just absolutely like tore it in and like or threw it in, and probably should have pursued it because it was actually going quite well. But it's funny, like I put it down to the weed and like the paranoia, and I was like, even though I was producing this amazing stuff that was getting recognized, I was just in my head, I was like, everyone fucking thinks you're shit and like this is shit, and I just stopped it. So it's funny like what drugs do to you. Anyway, so like I kind of did that. I was a very good music producer, and then I was still producing a lot of music while I was teaching, and then I had also built a record label which was doing okay and was kind of taking off a little bit. Just when I knew that I was no longer going to teach, I just started coaching people how to make beats essentially on my Instagram. I was just like,
that's the link, is it? How you? Yeah. Nice.
Yeah, and then it was just that's kind of got me into the info space. I like literally charged like $30 or $40 a month for just a 1 hour video a week.
Yeah.
And maybe I sent them some samples and stuff, and it like instantly made like more than my teacher salary, and I had like a following of maybe like 5,000.
Yeah, right.
Something like that. People just liked the music, and like people were willing to pay, and I didn't even deliver well. Like I was just like, here's a video, and when everyone tells me like with their business, I don't know what to do, I'm sure I use this platform. I literally used Patreon to collect payments, which took fucking 20%. Yeah. This is how clueless I was. I was like, oh, that works. I couldn't be asked. I didn't want to pay for like video hosting software because I was like, oh, that gets expensive, because I was like in broke mindset at the time. It was going to cost me like $50 a month. So I was like, okay, I'll take the payments on there. They'll take 20%. Oh, okay. And then I hosted all of the videos on a private Instagram page. So like once you signed up, you sent me a screenshot being like, I've paid. And then I accepted your invite onto a private Instagram page and hosted it on there. DIY, fucking put it together. But it made money. It enabled me to quit my job. And it was just like, then I kind of like learned from there. But it's funny when obviously we work with a lot of people, and it's like, just fucking do something, like make it work.
And I remember when I first started, we'll go into voics in a minute, but like when I first started with voics, I remember like yourself and Darren both saying to me like, just do it, just start, like don't worry about all this other stuff, just start doing the thing, and like 80% is better than 100%. Like
done's better than perfect. Bro, my first podcast was me in a pool in Thailand, in Phuket, and there was some guy I met called Jordan, and he was like a productivity coach or whatever, and I was having a cool conversation with him. I was like, should we record this? And like all full of beans, I was like, I've got some DJI mics, and he was like, yeah, all right. And like basically we sat in the pool, I filmed it in like the wrong frame rate on my phone into the glaring sun. I had one DJI mic on my hat here, and then I think one on his sunglasses. We just talked for 20 minutes. It's still on my YouTube. Like,
is that like your first video on your YouTube?
Yeah, I think it might be the first video on my YouTube.
That's amazing.
I just like fucking do it. And then, but mate, I got clips from that. People like, I actually got clients from that.
Yeah.
Like 100%. Like,
because it's more about the conversation, isn't it, than the video quality.
Yeah. And I think what I've come to realize as well, it's nothing to do with the video quality. It's nothing to do with, like, oh, should I do a podcast or should I do this? It's to do with the feeling you convey. And I was like, if you look at me in that video, I'm like excited. I'm learning things. I'm like reading books at the time. I've got knowledge to share. I'm excited. And that's infectious for people. That's what people want. And it doesn't matter that it was in a pool with a fucking DJI microphone or if it's in here. Yeah. It's like, what's the energy you're conveying through that? That's what's attractive.
And the conviction with what you're saying and all that type of stuff. Like if you believe what you're saying and getting exciting about it and like all that type of stuff, it comes across so much better. Just having a real raw conversation, like obviously wasn't scripted or anything like that. And people are just like, oh, fuck, this is sick.
Yeah.
Like, you know, there's so many times in my life where I've had conversations with people, like even when I've been trying to get people to come on the podcast or something like that, I might go have a coffee with them like a week before or whatever. We have like an unreal conversation. I'm like, fuck, I should have just recorded this. Like the amount of stuff that you get from people. Like I even actually had the other day, I don't think I've told you this yet, but had someone the other day, we were just talking about like business and what we should do and all this type of stuff. And I was giving some advice on something where I didn't really think it was advice. It was just knowledge that was in my mind and I was just spitting it out. And they were just like, bro, that was sick. And I was just like, what do you mean? He's like, I would pay to hear you say that. Like,
well, what did you say?
Yeah.
What was it?
No. You got to pay. No, it was, what were we talking about? I think it was just about like, it was actually most of the knowledge that I got from like you guys in voics and stuff like that about like ecosystem and like expanding your business and what way we should think about doing stuff. I think because we were talking about building an offer with each other. It was with my potential future business partner, and we were just talking about. He was like, oh, how are we going to do this? How are we going to structure it so that we can give it to everyone? I was like, no. I'm like, like the offer's the same, but we change the angle that we're talking to that person and like how we structure it or what we do for that in particular person. Like if this person's got 500,000 followers, we're not going to make them pay or do the same thing as someone with 5,000 followers or something like that. If like you can do the same thing for these people, but obviously we're going to make less money off this person and more money off that person. So being a growth partner and having, 10% of that business, but they've got higher volume of people coming in, you're obviously going to make more money than someone if you're putting a low ticket value on to a smaller influencer that doesn't have as many eyes. Like then that's when you'd put a retainer in, like you'd change the payment structure, blah blah blah, whatever. And he was just like, didn't think of it like that. Like that was really really good. And I just said it with so much conviction because obviously I've been digesting so much information from yourself, Darren, the masterminds that I've been on with you guys and just all the weekly calls and, just YouTubing and stuff. I've actually got to stop consuming, I think. I think that's a big issue for a lot of people. I might get your take on this. You can consume as much as you like, but if you don't action it, it doesn't matter. Yeah. And what's your... Because we obviously just spoke about being done is better than being perfect. Yeah. And what's your look on consumption? Like, do you think you should stick to just like only consume one person's content, don't get yourself confused, or what's your look on that?
Yeah. So it's what works. Like, what's a great soundbite? Like I think the advice is a bit hit and mix here, hit and miss. So general rule: create more than you consume. Even if no one sees it, even if like you learn a new editing technique and just practice with a bit of footage, or you learn something, just practice it, create. It doesn't have to be published, just create something. So general rule is just create more than consume. Also, don't fucking beat yourself up. If you're excited about something and you want to watch 20 YouTube videos because you've suddenly got into, I don't know, modular synthesizers, do it. And then you want to buy yourself a new little modular synthesizer and you're learning about it. Follow your curiosity. And then eventually you don't beat yourself up. I think there's a lot of advice of like, and again, when this comes from business gurus of like, only listen to one person's content, and that's fucking, of course, listen to my shit, and then buy my course and only listen to me and keep buying my shit. Like, just follow your fucking curiosity. What gives you energy? So that's the best way to look at it. Like for me, I know that if I stop creating things or I stop creating content or just even doing like bits of editing for myself, like for example, I outsourced all my editing and I was like, I fucking hate this. I like being creative. I was like, I've basically outsourced all the stuff I enjoy and like, so I can do the stuff I don't want. I'm like, why did I do that? I need to change this around. But you want to frame it as like, what's the work that's worth doing and what's the work that gives me energy? And focus on doing as much of that as possible. And if you're in a rabbit hole with something that's exciting you, consume loads of fucking content, and then like go and action it, and just make sure, am I creating more than I'm consuming? Cool. Then you're fine. Like, I think, people beat themselves up of being like, oh, maybe I'm like reading too many books. What else would, like, most people are just watching too much Netflix and wanking. Like, read books, great, you're doing great, fine. You don't have to be perfect right now. Like, I think wherever your curiosity is, like sometimes for me, I just like randomly think of something or remember something. I was like, oh, it's a book I read a while ago. Okay, I'm going to listen to it. Like, is it relevant? No, but it's just, there was a thought. Okay, maybe I should follow that train of thought and then consume that book, and then maybe something will come of it. So I think it's like, yes and no. It's really like a non-answer there. I think create more than you consume, 100%, but also don't beat yourself fucking up. Like, if you're enjoying something, enjoy it. And then when you do eventually create, if you've been like obsessed over podcast editing techniques or like trailer editing, and you've like really into it at the moment, when it does come time to create it, or you're training your editor or whatever, the energy and enthusiasm that you're going to put into that is going to be huge, and the product that will come out will be a product of all of that like knowledge and the excitement, and you'll feel that energy. Whereas if you're like, you turn it into, oh, I need to stop consuming this, even though I'm enjoying it. And there's a difference. It's like there's consuming things where it's like valuable versus consuming porn. Like, it's different. So as long as you're not doing that, like you're a fucking retard doing that, like that's fine. But just if you're excited by something, continue to be excited and just follow that excitement. And if that means that you've stayed up to fucking 2 a.m. because you were so excited watching a certain video, cool. Like, but as long as it wasn't like distracting yourself or escaping from life, do it. And then I promise you, good things will come of that.
Yeah, I actually love that. What you said right at the start was follow your curiosity. And I think that's such a powerful thing, because a lot of people don't. They get stuck in the 9 to 5-y type of sheepish following of stuff, and just go, it's not worth it, or like, I'll never be able to do that, or something like that. So follow your curiosity. I really, really like.
Do you know what the next 9 to 5 is?
What's that?
It's the online business space.
The
online business bro space is now becoming the next 9 to 5. It is the most fucking, there's so many losers in the online space. I know, maybe I'm one of them. I don't know. But it's become the new grind, fucking destroy your soul thing. The amount of miserable fucking entrepreneurs that I meet because they're following someone else's dream, they're following someone else's system, then they're sheep, they're not thinking for themselves. It's just, you're now getting your information from someone else. It's like, okay, maybe it's better getting it from X guru rather than like the government. However, there's something to be said for the government. Like, they do have some good qualities. Like, I don't like all of it, I don't want to give them my money, but there's some decent things that we have in our institutions that have appeared, that have been passed down over hundreds and hundreds of years. But then also, like, this guru who you found online, do they have all of the answers? Maybe not. And I think I see this so much here. The amount of miserable people, again, comparison is the thief of joy, right? The amount of miserable people that come to Bali, and because they can't say, hi, I'm so-and-so and I'm making 30 to 50k a month, like, and I do X, Y, and Z, like, they're just in this constant, like, trying to prove themselves state. I guess I've been there in the past, maybe a little bit. I managed to catch it. But they buy into, like, and everyone makes the same fucking vlogs. Everyone makes the same fucking content. Smoking fucking cigars, sucking each other off. Like, what's the point of making money if you're just going to sit around smoking cigars and like talking about fucking business and doing a Tate fucking mudra? It's so fucking lame. Like, I've been around it so much as well, and it's like, oh, I'm running a cigar evening. I'm like, fuck off. Like, I would literally rather do anything else. Like, like, there's so much more life to be had. Like, have you noticed in Bali that there's these amazing fucking mountains that you could go and explore? Like, the nature here is amazing. Learn to fucking surf. I don't know. Like, do anything. Do breath work and like start screaming and becoming a hippie. Like, just, the entrepreneurship space has become so matrixy and lame, and it's because there's a bunch of dudes buying into someone else's way of being. There's not actually, but the funny thing is, everyone's talking about be a free thinker and escape the matrix and 9 to 5. But
they're all following each other. They're all doing the same thing.
They're all following each other, holding each other's dicks. It's fucking like, mate, you see it so much here.
No, it's that was funny. I enjoy that because I literally saw that. I don't know. Like, I see it a little bit on Instagram now, like more and more and more, and the more people, now that I'm kind of like getting into this business space a little bit more and trying to sort my way through it and all that type of stuff, you can kind of tell that it's almost like a divide. There's the people like yourself who, you know, you actively look for things to do. You want to do fun stuff. You want to be constructive with your time. You're also helping other people and all this type of stuff. And then there's the guys where it's just like full on, this is a business. And it's almost like every time you talk to them, it's almost a sales pitch.
Yep.
Like what I can do for you type of scenario. Whereas the conversation we're having is just like a general conversation. We're mates, blah, 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 whatever. And it feels like that. But when you have a conversation with these other type of people, it's
rigid.
Yeah, I was about to say structured.
So the kind of nuance here as well is like, do what's authentic to you. So example, Darren, who's like my best mate here. I love Darren. We've known each other for years, and obviously, you know, doing voics together. He fucking lives and breathes like online business.
Yeah.
And as far as I know, I think he might be one of the best in the world at what he's doing. Like the way he operates, but it's authentic to him. It's so authentic to him. This is what gives him energy. And he doesn't, like, you'd be surprised with Darren, like, he doesn't really have mentors per se. His thoughts and his way of doing things are his ways of doing things. Like, and you don't really see that much. And it's so authentic to him. And that's why, like, the business has so much steam. It's really because of, like, his energy that he puts into it. But the gripe is that most people don't do that. And like, whatever your thing is, have the fucking courage to make that your thing. Have the fucking courage to actually do what you want to do and what you really, really love. And like, if that is, you know, making music, do that. If that is whatever it is, you can monetize whatever your passion is. And it's all to do with like the energy you put into it. And most people are putting in this copycat energy, and that's why it never really works and why they come across slimy. And it's just, when you talk to them, it just doesn't feel like you're having a real conversation with anyone, and everyone's just regurgitating the same fucking shit that Tate said 2 years ago or Iman said 2 years ago. Now it's like implanted. Everyone talk about brain fucking washing. Now everyone just regurgitates those same opinions and doesn't have a fucking free thought for themselves.
Yeah, exactly. And the one thing I love about Darren and like what he does, there's no BS, and everything that he says is his own. Like I've never heard someone say the things that he says in the way that he says them, if that makes sense. And as well as like, I remember at one of the mastermind, James Kemp was speaking, and I think Darren challenged him at one point, or didn't challenge him, he just asked the question because it seemed like Darren didn't really like agree with what he said at one point. I think it was about like coming at something with like having 50 different offers or something on a thing, and Darren was like, why would you do that? And like questioned him. So that to me was just like, he's not just going to simply follow what, you know, someone doing better than him or someone who's in the business space is going to do. He's very much on his own path and stuff like that.
So there is, with, again, everything like we speak about here, there's always nuance, and like it'd be very easy to like take a clip of what I said like 20 seconds ago or whatever, and it's like there's fucking nuance to everything. And like, the first thing first, if you're in the online space, assume that your audience is fucking intelligent.
Yeah.
Assume that they're self-led people, that you're not speaking to fucking idiots, that they can make decisions for themselves.
Yeah.
Your job with content isn't to persuade them and say my VSL in a certain way and to like hit this line and that headline. It's like, yeah, that structure can help, but really what you want to convey is like, here's who I am, here's like the stuff I'm doing, like this is the value I'm providing. And it's like, the easiest sales of your life are, you're smart enough to know if like working with me in any capacity is going to improve your life in the way that you would like to improve it. Just assume that people make those decisions. I look at myself, I look at my own buying decisions. I've never needed a fucking sales call, ever. Yeah. Because like, I'm a smart enough person to have seen someone's content and their stuff and maybe had a bit of a DM interaction to be like, yeah, they're legit. I like what they're about. And again, I like their values. That's a big thing, is how can you convey your values online as well? So like, one of my first mentors, he loved like hiking and skiing. Yeah. And I was like, do you know what? Fucking take my money. Like, you're going to spend it on a new set of skis. Awesome. Let me know. Like, you know, whereas when it's someone is like, oh, I want my next Rolex and like a fucking, I'm like, all right. For me, maybe you like that, I don't know, but for me it's like, oh, I like this person's values and what they're about, so yeah, I'll work with them. Cool.
Yeah, you like, want to be able to relate to them type of thing.
Yeah, and I know it's going to be like a relationship, like we'll actually be working together, we'll build some form of relationship. So yeah, like with everything kind of like being said, like understand that there's nuance to everything here. It's not like so black and white. And the biggest thing is like, when you're looking at people, when you're looking at potential mentors, look at their lifestyle. And again, remember that people can curate their lifestyle heavily online. It's very easy to do on Instagram. Try and look at their lifestyle more holistically, see who they're hanging around, see how they're actually spending their time, or are they trying to fucking shove a Lambo in your face? Like, just check that out. Yeah, and also checking around the circles they're hanging out in. That's really, really important. But also, look at their energy. Does this person look at peace? Does this business model that this person is trying to sell me, does it look like they're having a peaceful, chilled life? Maybe you don't want that. Maybe you want a high-stress, painful life. And choose a mentor who's high stress and in pain all the time. But look at like the energetic state in which someone is operating in, because as soon as you buy into their way of doing things, chances are you're going to also buy into their energetic state, because of the framework they have created is going to also create an energetic state for you. Do you want high stress? Do you want low stress?
Yeah.
What do you want? And actually really, really look at that, rather than just looking at the Lamborghinis and the fucking numbers that they're throwing around, the stripe screenshots.
Yeah.
Really, really focus on those things.
Yeah, no, I love that. And that's actually one of the big reasons I think I decided to like join you guys, because it was like, it wasn't super chill or anything like that, but it was just the way that you come across. It was different to like everything else, if that makes sense. And like, I think I remember Darren, we were like talking in the DMs or something like that, and he was just like, it's all right, bro, do whatever you want. Like, but this is what I can offer you and this is what I can help you with. Have a go. And then I just started like consuming his content and stuff like that, and I was just like, damn, I like this guy. Yeah. And yeah, like it wasn't even really a thought, I don't think, to sign up. So like exactly what you said just there is what I felt from you guys coming across, and I was just like, yeah, damn. And then every moment since then has just been like, it's amazing, the community, like all that type of stuff. But we'll wind it back, because this conversation is unreal. But I want to know how you got into voics and like how you got in with Darren, because I don't think I've ever asked you that before.
So Darren, we have a mutual friend called Jack Hopkins, who's fucking awesome, by the way. He's a legend. So I was with Jack in Thailand. I think I saw him at like the airport or wherever we were passing through. And he was like, oh, I've just been to Bali. I hopped on Darren's podcast. He was like, it was fucking awesome. He was like, and I was like, I was literally at the airport heading to Bali. He was like, oh, bro, you'll love Darren. So he put me in contact with Darren. And then we just arranged to like go to the fucking gym or whatever. And I remember we went to Body Factory, and like I was making decent money at the time, like fine, but I'd still never paid that much for a gym. It was like a day pass, fucking like $50 or whatever. I was like, what the hell? Like, this is insane. But yeah, so we just got on, we chatted, we did a couple of hikes together and stuff. I then went back to Thailand a few months later. I was in Bangkok, and he was coming over to do a second podcast with Jack, and he was like, oh, do you want to do one afterwards as well? We'll do a podcast together. And then so I went on his podcast. At the time I was doing like business coaching. I was doing like helping creatives basically go full-time online, make like anywhere between like 5 to 10K a month, through pretty much what we teach now as well. But I was more focused on working with like creatives, musicians and artists. So yeah, went on the podcast, and then after the podcast I was like, that's so much fucking fun. I was like, you do this like all the time? He's like, yeah, this is what I do all the time, fly around the world. I'm like, we go to these studios, it's fun. I was like, oh, fuck, I like this, man. And I was like, you know what, I'm going to come back to Bali, and I knew the studios he was using in Bali. I was like, yeah, I'm going to do it. And I recorded like my first 10 episodes. He heavily, like, I was like, he really helped me with like just getting it done. And then at the time with there was some personal stuff that kind of came up as well at the time. I had to go back to the UK for a couple of reasons, and I also was kind of falling out of love of my business, because one of the things, I came into this online info space with like, oh, I'm an artist, and like, oh fuck, apparently I can make money doing this, cool. And then I was like, oh well, now I can help other artists do it as well. And I learned more about sales, I learned more about marketing, and then I bought into like more online business bro courses. And then I was putting out, it started with me kind of putting out music and then helping people, and now over a couple of years it turned into me talking about funnels online. And I remember like it was coming, but I was looking at the content I was putting out, and I was like, I fucking hate myself. I was like talking about fucking funnels and this, and like, I was like, is this what I want to do? And I kind of had a bit of a fucking existential fucking crisis about it. I was like, oh, who am I and whatever. And and I just kind of stopped taking in clients and just took a few people on retainer. And I was just sort of like hovering around, like I was doing fine for myself, but I was hovering around Thailand, coming back to Bali. I was recording a few podcasts. I was reading loads of books. Just kind of enjoying life for a little bit. It was actually a really nice season. And then Darren wanted to build out the education side of voics. So before it was just the agency,
Yeah.
it was just the production agency, and kind of like the growth partnership agency.
Yeah.
And then when it was time to build like the education business, that's when we started. I was like, well, I've been doing this for a long time. We know each other. We're both recording podcasts. We trust each other deeply. We complement each other well, sort of personality and expertise wise. So yeah, we just kind of was like, right, let's go. Education business, let's build it. Let's build the education wing to voics. And that was about 18 months ago, something like that. And yeah, haven't looked back since.
Yeah, that's sick. I love it. I love that it just started off as like, you know, oh yeah, man, you'll love this guy. Like, I hate it and love it at the same time when like you've got a friend and you introduce your friend to your other friend and then they become better friends than what you are. I love and hate that at the same time, because it's like, yeah, I'm a good judge of character. I knew these people would like each other, but also it's like, damn, it almost feels like you lose a friend a little bit sometimes. Yeah,
it can happen. Me and Darren complement each other very well, but again, I think that's one of the big things. And again, speaking to Jack's character as well, he's a really good guy. He's very giving. He's a very, very giving guy. And he'll always do the best for people to like, give them opportunities where possible, and he so like big thanks to him for that as well. But that's testament to his character. And but again, surround yourself with people like that, like rather than like it's like a competition. It's like surround yourself with other people where it's like if you win, I win. I mean, you were in our villa yesterday, and then we were trying to work out like me and Lou. I have a guy called Lou as well. He's also been on the podcast, and everyone just introduces everyone to everyone.
Yeah,
like. And it's great. Everyone's winning. Like, cool. And then you can do business together. You can do a podcast together. You do some content. Like, you learn something. Like, sweet. Everyone's winning. Like, you know?
It's actually a funny story. I'll tell you now how I got into voics in the end. But so when I first came to Bali, one of my friends, Danny, was going to like Obsidian or something like that, one of the gyms, and he met Lou there. And then they got talking because Danny's in the hiring space, and I think Lou knows some guy that's got like the biggest employment business in the world or whatever. And they got talking about that, and then they went out for dinner, and Danny was like, "Oh, Sam, do you want to come to dinner with this guy? He's really cool, all this type of stuff." And I was like, "Yeah, sweet." So we went for dinner, met Lou, started following him on Instagram and all that type of stuff. We didn't really hang out too much after that. But then I saw that he went to a mastermind with, like Hamza was there, Darren was there. There was like, you know, a few kind of like bigger names. And I think I must have seen it on Hamza's, and then I saw it on Lou's like directly after. And I was just like, got to check this out. Like, who are the people in this room type of thing? Because they were all tagged. And I saw Darren in there. Then I saw Darren was there, clicked on his name, had a looked at the voics thing, and then obviously like retargeting ads and stuff like that. I kind of got sucked into it a little bit, but then I was like, damn, I really like Darren, and then that's how I kind of like fell into the funnel and then ended up meeting you guys and stuff. So realistically, I should thank Lou. But
I introduced Lou and Darren, so there you go. This is what we were saying yesterday. It's like you just like everyone's helped everyone, and it all works out really, really well. Yeah. Like, and Lou's introduced people to me. Like, anyone who collaborates is going to do well here in Bali. If you try and like be competition, you're going to struggle. Yeah. And that's the thing. Everyone's winning. Yeah. Like, everyone's winning.
Yeah. I love. There's a saying about like, you can hunt alone and get a rabbit, or hunt together and get the stag. Yeah. Meaning like, you know, you go as a group, as a collaboration, you're going to come home with the trophy. Yeah. If you go out by yourself and chasing rabbits, you're likely to come home with nothing.
And it's understanding that when and be free with your introductions, be free with helping other people win, and know that it will come back to you. And you don't do it because it will come back to you, and don't do it with like that energy of like, oh, well, what's in it for me? Like,
you got to give to get type of thing. You can't think of that.
Something will come back, you know. Like, again,
what goes around comes around.
Yeah, I introduced Lou and Darren, but Jack introduced me and Darren. So who's like, and then you go back to like pull that. Well, who started this whole thing? It's just help people. Like, be helpful to people who are on the path. They're trying to do the same thing. Yeah, and like, nice things will happen.
Yeah, exactly. You attract it because it's what you put out is what you get back, I think, and is a big thing. So, but yeah, voics. I've spoken about it like 3 or 4 times now, and I don't think we've actually explained what it is. But like, I think I'll just get you to explain it because I want people to know, because it's actually helped me so much in like just life, things that I do, how I look at everything. And even starting the podcast, like I had so much self-doubt about myself. And like I said, just a few conversations with Darren kind of like sucked me into the funnel, I guess. But I'm thankful for it, because I wouldn't be here now, wouldn't be talking to you. I wouldn't have like the group of people that I've got as a support system and all that type of stuff. So if you can just explain.
And now you're doing
voics
podcasts,
is.
which is one of the best ways to network and build reletships.
Yeah, exactly. It's like a free mentoring session.
It's
that
free
I don't have to pay
mentoring,
for.
free network. Like you get to know. Podcasts are a really good thing to start. Like,
Yeah.
I think it's like Russell Brunson as well in his book Expert Secrets. He's like, if you're interested in something, just start a podcast and ask people.
About it. Yeah.
And if you do good enough production and you like, it's attractive to people. Most guests will say yes to a podcast.
Yeah.
People don't realize, because it's like, oh, cool. Some people are like, I got self-promotion. I get to speak about myself. I'll get content from it. Like people will say yes to you. Yes, voics. Basically, we have an agency where we're basically managing. So companies doing like 2 million plus a year will basically do the done for you, basically content production, kind of funnel builds, sponsorship stuff, build out a content wing to their business. Then we also have the the education side of the business as well. So the incubator, which is kind of our entry point program, is getting people to 10 to 30K a month online through content, whether that's a podcast, long form YouTube content, whatever that is. We're going to help you kind of grow, produce whatever you're doing, and then actually build the back end systems as well that allow you to monetize it. So yeah, we very much believe the overriding kind of theme is that content without context is useless, really. So if you're just kind of putting out content into the void, like, yeah, you might get views, likes, etc., and that might feel good, but really you need the context. Nowadays, it was fine just to be like a creator before, but now it's really helpful to have the context of a business and a way that people can move closer into your world. It's really, really important. And when you're creating content from a place of passion, from a place of love and excitement and curiosity, people will want to move closer into your world. So just give them the option to. And then we help people with, like, we call it the ecosystem, but it's a very natural way for people to find themselves into your world without you doing a huge amount of manual work. So without you sending a million DMs to people, we set up content in a certain way that people naturally, as you said, you were just in the funnel and you just kind of like trickle through. We know that you will have watched certain bits of content, and then eventually we'll be having a conversation about, hey, are we going to do this? And the content is set up very, very deliberately to do that and make it very, very attractive that people just come in, and also makes it repelling as well. The wrong people will fuck off just because of the messaging. So yeah, that's basically what we do in the incubator. We then have a higher level program as well called Apex, where we're scaling people to multi 6 figures a month. That's really kind of sales focused, systems focused, and that's once people are kind of hitting that 30 to 40K a month consistently, and then we'll take them in and we'll really kind of build out teams for them, help them with hiring as well, and like turn it into a real scalable business. Yeah,
and it's unreal. I can vouch for it because I'm in it. So it's really, really good. I'll make sure I put links and stuff in the bio and all that type of stuff. So
appreciate it.
But yeah, so what I struggle with is finding what I'm really good at to be able to, because obviously, like you spoke about, scaling people's businesses and all that type of stuff. And I was a little bit different to some people that come into voics. Like I came in, I didn't have a podcast, I didn't have a business, and you guys were just like, just start a podcast, get it out there. And like, I love doing it. I've always been a good talker and stuff. So it was something that I was actually thinking about anyway. And then obviously when I saw Darren and speaking and all that type of stuff, it kind of like, that's what sucked me in, because I was like, I can talk, like, all my teachers will tell you I can talk type of thing. So that was good for me. But how does someone know what they're good at, or like start a business and scale it? And if you're struggling with, maybe your self-worth, maybe self-doubt, like all that type of stuff, to be able to like, am I good enough to be able to deliver something, or is it the whole you've only got to know 1% more than the person you're selling to scenario?
So let's use your example. So people come to us in different, some people have a business, some people have coaching, they've tried different systems. I think when you came to us, you were like, I want the podcast, I'm like, money's not a problem for me right now. Like, I want to really nail this podcast. Okay, so let's take you as the example. So there's a great phrase, the path illuminates as you walk it, and which is exactly what you're doing, right? You're taking action, you're taking steps, and then the next step becomes clear as you take the action. So action precedes clarity, and that's exactly what you're doing. So if you can come into that from that place of, I'm just going to take the next step, that's what you're doing. That's a really, really powerful and strong place to be in. And now the whole entrepreneurship game, this is like an Alex Hormozy thing, but it's like, get comfortable being uncomfortable. It's always uncomfortable. Like if you're unsure if it's going to work out, and like you don't really know the next 5 steps, welcome. That's how it is. That's literally the game. That's how you have to get comfortable operating. It doesn't change ever. It's like, it's always uncomfortable. It's always unsure. That's just the game. So get comfortable with it. So if you can start taking action, you're going to get more comfortable being uncomfortable, more comfortable not knowing the next steps. Exactly.
Yeah.
So you're in a great position there. Now, the biggest thing that we talk about when kind of like finding an offer, there's a few things we're going to talk about. So first of all, which one should I use first? Let's go with the dating. So you can date offers. Okay, no, actually, let's do it this way first. So once you start putting out content and you start talking about certain things and people start seeing your value, people are going to be attracted to you for certain reasons. Now, a lot of people get stuck because they get into this thing of being like, is my offer fucking aligned? Does it make me like come in my pants every time I open my laptop and I make a bit of content? Like, it's fucking retarded. Like, again, nuance to this. Like, you should be aligned with your offer. Yep. Absolutely. But here's the nuance. If you're focusing on, is my offer aligned? How does it make me feel? All of this X, Y, and Z. You're focusing on yourself. Now, for an offer to be successful, it's about other people. It's not about you. Now, does that mean that you should do something that you fucking hate just to make money? No, probably not. But as you're kind of producing content and people are coming to you and it's valuable for them, if you can offer something, it doesn't have to be this magical, orgasmic, like amazing thing that just like tickles your asshole every single time like you do it. It can be helpful to people. Just do that thing. And it's like, this is helpful to you. I'm in service. And if you're in service, now you have an offer. Yeah. So this is where I see people get stuck, particularly here in Bali, is like, if you're in service, you are aligned. Like, that's it. Just forget about this whole like alignment thing. Like, you'll be doing it if you're in service to others. And it comes from a place of like, you've been expressing your unique value. And now people are coming to you being like, can you help me with the value that you're providing? Yeah, I will be in service to you to help you do that. That's an aligned offer. Great. Done. Don't worry about it. Whereas I see so many people like here, it's like, but is it deeply aligned with what I'm doing? And it's like, you're fucking just wanking yourself off by talking about that all the time. Yeah. That's exactly what it is. It's just like self-masturbation of like, does it feel good?
Yeah, mental masturbation.
Mental masturbation. You help people. Like, that's what an offer is. You focus on who you're serving, who you're helping, and then you will feel aligned as you're doing it. Like, the greatest satisfaction is helping other people. Yeah. And then continue doing that. And then, again, so that's the context there. If you want an aligned offer, focus on how you're helping people, and is it through... So focus on giving out value. You're doing that. Then people will start coming to you for that value. Offer a way for them to have access to that value. Congratulations, you now have an aligned offer. You're still moving forward in this direction. Now, the way, initially when people come to you, you'll have a broad variety of people come to you. It won't be to necessarily solve a specific problem, and your offer won't have like the perfect tagline, but people will be attracted to you because they'll sense your forward momentum and your value, and they'll want to come in. Now, over time, you'll realize who you can get best results for, who you've enjoyed working with, who was like an ideal dream green flag client, and then you optimize for more of that. You're like, I really enjoy working with these people, and they get the best results. Okay, then you refine your offer more. And the big analogy here is, date your offers, don't marry it. As you get going, you don't have to be married to an offer where it's like, hi, I'm Sam. I help this avatar with this problem achieve this result. Nice to meet you. Like, just date the offer. It's like, I'm dating my offers a little bit at the moment. I work on these things and these type of people work with me. And then over a few months, it gets clearer. And then over a course of a year, or maybe sooner, it depends, then you have your clear offer. It's like, I've helped so many people achieve X, Y, Z. Now my tagline is super clear. And I'm like, this is what I help people with. Done, because I've done it. And this is where I see people go wrong, is there's that big gap where it's like, I've started posting content. Now I need an offer and it needs to be perfect. I need to be married to it. And then they don't end up taking action on it because it doesn't sound perfect to them. They're like, it could be, maybe I tweak the wording here. That's more me and this. It's like, just fucking focus on giving value. See who's coming to you. Help those people. If people aren't coming to you, sorry, you're not valuable enough. Sorry, no fucking persuasion, no fucking clever tactic, no fucking unique mechanism is going to make people attracted to you. If you're not attracting people, then you need to maybe think about your own value. You maybe need to think about, am I actually providing enough for people to be attracted? So there's your work. There's your work. Become more valuable. Yeah. And like, by continuing to take action, you will be becoming more valuable anyway, because most people don't even take fucking action. Yeah. So like, if you can help people with like even the mindset there, people will be attracted to that. So it's a very, very natural path, and you just need to keep walking it. And people confuse offers, and they think it's like this. It's just provide value, talk about things you're fascinated by and you're interested in, and then give people an opportunity to work with you. When you work with enough people, it will become clear, and you'll have built frameworks over time of how to help people. That becomes your unique mechanism, and then you can just help people that way. And it's like it's a very natural linear path. As soon as you get off that path and you think about persuasion, you think about almost the manipulation side of things, that's when offers start to go downhill and they start to become salesy. People start to get bad names online. If you've got a mission, you've got a direction, you've got value, keep walking that. For you, it's the podcast at the moment. Keep fucking treading this. Like, you're already so far ahead of most people. Like, the stuff you're learning about production, like you said, your friend the other day who's like, I would pay you to hit. You're just absorbing it. And what you'll find is that because you've just done this over a period of however many months, like someone who was where you were a year ago, wait, Sam, how the fuck have you done that? Oh, I can help you. And and it will just happen. But that you have to like fucking tread the path. And I see so many people they want to avoid that bit, and they just want to make like the 10k, the 20k a month straight away through the magic fucking system. I don't think that has strong foundations. So the way you're doing it is absolutely correct, and it's just focus on value. My own mission, walking that path forward. Momentum.
That's it. You'll attract what you like. What I just said before. You'll attract what you put out, type of thing. So if there is someone out there that wants to do what I do, or like wants to know how I did it, or something like that, you know, hopefully they reach out and ask, type of scenario.
And also, you're not Jesus fucking Christ. This is the other thing as well. Like you've done something, and you can help people with it. Okay. You're not going to be, and this is where like a lot of the marketing books go wrong. It's like you're going to help people with like their existential problems and all of this. It's like, well, maybe, but also maybe you're going to help them build a podcast. Does it have to be like the great spiritual awakening? And like, there's again loads of people here. It's like, hey, what do you do, man? And they're like, well, I kind of work with men in their full embodiment, and it's also to become the highest version of themselves and hit 100k a month. I'm like, what the fuck do you do?
What does that even mean?
What does that mean? It's like, stop trying to overpackage it to be like a fucking everything, because you aren't doing that. You have a fucking Christ complex. That's what your issue is. You have a fucking guru Christ complex. You want to be known as that fucking guy. It's just amazing. What the fuck? Just help people. People need help with things. People need help mowing their lawn. Like that's do you know what I mean? Offer something. Like,
you can always help someone with something. Like, it doesn't matter what it is.
It doesn't have to be a fucking miracle, like amazing fucking thing. Just help people and shit.
Love how passionate you were about that.
I've been in Bali too long. I've just seen so much of it. The amount of conversations where I'm like, oh fuck, like get me out of this.
Here we go again. I actually had a conversation with someone, I think it was this morning or last night, where I was just like, I think I need a break from Bali. Like, it's get to the point now where like you stay, I think I've been here like 4 or 5 months, like solid now. And it's just like, you know, when everyday little things just keep adding up, and you're just like, this dickhead on his bike, or like this guy did this, or I overheard this guy doing that, or the targeting that you get done with Instagram reels and stuff like that here, and you're just like,
it is a certain special place, by the way. It's like, amazing, but it does attract an interesting group of people.
Yeah, exactly. I think sometimes you need to leave and like go home or back to where you came from, or like, that sounds horrible, but like, you know, for me, it'd be going home to Australia or something like that, and realising the reason why I came here and stayed here for such a long time is because, you know, it is such a beautiful place. Like, there's so much opportunity. There's people that you can get in your circle that are, you know, above you, that are going to, you know, pull their hand out and like pull you up, type of thing. So it's a really good space for that. And I think Bali is one of those places as well. It's kind of like 50-50. It's a little bit black and white, I think, with what direction you go in. Like, you can either go to the gym, focus on fitness, like get in the entrepreneurial space, find those people and like all those types of connections, or you can go the other way, because you can go out every night of the week here, wherever you want, and be out till 2-3 in the morning, type of thing. And it doesn't have to be a Friday or a Saturday night here. Like, it's any day of the week. So got to be careful with that stuff.
And also I think with the circles here, again, there's fucking nuance to everything. Like the online business bro space, or with the online business space, it's a fucking miracle. It's helped so many people, but it has that bottom 10% who are fucking scammers, who are going to fucking take advantage of you, who've learned all the fucking things, learned to fucking be a certain performing monkey, say the right things.
Read the 48 Laws of Power.
Read the 48 Laws of Power. And then you have everything in between, then you have that top 10%. And it's like, the problem is like people either get burnt, or they like only have good experiences, and it's understand, like everything, there's good actors and there's bad actors, and it's like it's your job as like a human being who has like common sense and has been given free will to like judge, like, if I want to get into this space, who is going to be a good mentor, and like do your due fucking diligence, and don't just fucking see an Instagram reel of like someone floating around in Bali and you're like, oh, I'm going to give you fucking 10k. Yeah, good. You deserve to get burnt. That was dumb. Like,
yeah, don't do dumb shit.
Don't do dumb shit. Like, so, oh, this guy had a 6-pack and said I could make 20k a month. Like, okay, well,
yeah, sweet. So that's
give him 10k. Like,
yeah, give him 10k and see how you go.
Yeah.
Right.
So yeah, I think again, there's nuance of fucking everything. It's like, I think people, this is again a lot of the problem with social media, is people want is this good and is this bad? It's like, tell me where to categorize it. I need to categorize it as good or bad. Yeah. It's like, no, everything has a bit of nuance. Like, spend some time. It's not black or white. Like, try and make a good decision.
Jumping into anything type of thing. And
yeah, exactly. So yeah, the caveat there, or a bit of a what's the word? Asterisk on that point as well.
Yeah. Nah, that's great. I love it. I don't even know what else we can talk about. There's been so much in this podcast. So
anything you want, bro. Ask me any questions, or we can leave it there.
Any questions? What's a big question? You've just like answered all of my stuff. So someone else doing something? No. Let
me talk about fucking mountains.
Yeah, so let's talk about let's talk about mountains.
This is what people don't realize in Bali, is there's fucking cool mountains everywhere. Like, the tourists get it, right? Like, they come in and they climb a volcano. But if you're an entrepreneur and you're in Bali, like, there's some amazing fucking mountains in Indonesia. There's amazing, like, hiking scene. And, like, this is a big part of the thing that I want to do moving forward as well for entrepreneurs, is, like, show them, like, if you're an entrepreneur, this is my little CTA. Like, if you're an entrepreneur and you're fed up of the fucking smoking cigars, sucking each other off bullshit, and, like, driving around fucking doing the tape mudra, like, there's more to life. Spend your money, actually live, have some experiences. Going to be doing a few things with that, where we're going to be taking a few people up mountains and doing some cool experiences for people, and actually just living a little bit, enjoying your money, like enjoying this beautiful place, Bali. There's more to Bali than the fucking gyms and like the fucking Russian models. So like, yeah, spend your money on like an actual experience with like people, and actually, you know, do something worth remembering. So yeah, if anyone who I'm unaware of is watching this podcast, like, come and check that out, because we're going to be doing some more stuff around that.
Yeah, I love that. I actually spoke to someone about this the other day, or last week, but he's like a videographer, and spends a lot of time doing his business and editing and stuff like that. Obviously, that stuff just takes such a huge amount of time. But I was speaking to him, and he's just like, I've made a rule for myself that I have to do 2 activities a week. And he's like, be it go to a golf simulator and then go, you know, ride a motorbike in the volcanoes, or go climb a mountain, or go and play paintball, or whatever it is. He's just like, every week I have to do 2 things. Doesn't matter big or small, but he's like, I have to do 2 activities a week to like get yourself out of it. Because I know for me, like, I talk a lot about, you know, people in small town syndrome, and like Groundhog Day and the 9 to 5 and all that type of stuff. But the entrepreneurial space gets very much like that as well. Like, you wake up at whatever time, you go to the gym, you go for a walk, you have smashed avo on toast, and fucking go and sit at a co-working space and just hunched over on your laptop the whole time. Like, and you just get into a cycle, like, and it just ends up being the same, being the 9 to 5 anyway, and without getting out there and doing stuff. Or like, I know a couple of times, I've been a big people pleaser for a long time, so I always used to say yes to like everything, like if I ever went out for dinner. And then I stopped doing that a little while ago, and I was just like really trying to focus on doing this, or consuming content, or you know, working on the podcast or whatever. And then I was like, what the fuck am I doing? I was just like, I'd rather be a people pleaser in that sense, and say yes to going and doing things and hanging out with my friends and recharging my social battery with the people I enjoy spending time with, than hunched over. Like, I know there's that grindy type of, you know, you have to walk that path a little bit to be able to really excel and ascend. But also, I think there's got to be balance. And I feel like in Bali, being here, you have that time, because you don't have to do like life admin. You don't have to do your washing. You don't have to clean your house. You don't have to go shopping for food or anything. Like, you end up getting, I think I calculated it one day, and it was like 3 hours a day, roughly. If you don't cook, don't clean, blah, 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 all the life admin stuff that you have to do, you kind of get an extra 3 hours a day. And you can still, like, some people go, oh, you've got to work 16 hours a day to get anywhere, but you can still work 8 and... or you can work 15 if you want, and you've got 3 hours to play with, type of thing. Like, so I think, people just need to get out more and not be so hard on themselves with it. Yeah,
don't be so fucking whip your own back, and I don't fucking care. Like, do we want? Like, it's fine. Like, I was just talking about for me, but I think you're right. It's like the metric there to look at, or the barometer to use, is like, is the work I'm doing giving me energy? Like, I can work a fucking 16-hour day, and if it's stuff that enlivens me, and it's part of my mission and part of my vision, like, I'll do it for fucking ever.
Yeah.
Like, it's amazing. But if you start doing stuff and it's like really draining your energy, and that's going to burn you out. Like, that's when burnout happens. It's not from like overworking. It's from the overworking the wrong type of work. You'll become burnt out, and there'll be problems. And like, there's seasons to life and everything. And I think particularly if you're somewhere like Bali or anything to do with online, people, it's a trope, right? People are always going to show their best self online. People are always going to show like their wins, etc. And if you're always comparing yourself to other people, you're always going to be unhappy. You're always going to feel like you're behind, because there'll always be someone ahead of you. And there'll always be someone doing something cool, and you're going to be unhappy. And it's like, I think the people who, or for me, I'll speak for my own life, the times where I've like seen rapid acceleration isn't because I've been grinding. It's because I've been happy and grateful for where I am, and I've been enjoying it, and the energy I'm putting into my work is that of enjoyment, passion, creativity, excitement. And then because I've transferred that energy into content, into music, whatever it is, that's become very attractive for other people who've wanted to get into my world. How can I work with you? How can I give you money? How can I learn X, Y, and Z? And it's never come from a place of like, oh, I fucking got my head down. Yes, there's always seasons for that. Like, I remember when I had to like break out of like the 9 to 5, whatever, there is a season of getting your head down and not getting much sleep maybe. But I loved every second of it. It wasn't like, oh, this is so draining. It's because there was a mission attached to it. There was a purpose behind it. And I just really think that if like the work you're doing is attached to your purpose, is attached to your mission, you will have infinite energy to do it. And then when you're in that state of purpose, and you're in that state of mission and direction, it's very, very attractive for people. And that will do all of the work for you. It's like, people want to be told what to do a lot of the times. And if you're someone who's like, I'm heading this way, people are drawn and attracted to that level of conviction. And like, okay, like, I want a bit of that. I want a bit of that conviction. How can that rub off on me? I want to come into your world. And like, almost what you're selling or the program is almost irrelevant. People want that certainty. People want that conviction. And then the key is to like, as you're doing that, understand that you're not the guru. You're not the fucking Jesus Christ. You're someone who is going to help others unlock that within themselves and become autonomous.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is why you want to attract with your going back to online business, your messaging and your targeting, you want to attract self-led people. You don't want to attract people who are desperate, people who need your help, because then they will view you as the savior. You need people who are self-led, who can make good decisions, and that you're helping them through your experience to become self-led and authentically express themselves in their own way. And then you can be fucking self-led, autonomous people together, rather than this kind of like teacher-mentee constant relationship, which won't do wonders for your ego over time. Yeah, exactly. It's like a lot of people nowadays because there's so much content out there, and there's so much free content out there. There's stuff on YouTube and stuff that people could just get it as go on, consume this information, action that information, and make a business out of that. Like, so much free information. What people need these days is like you said, they need to be led, they need accountability, and they just need to be like, what's the word I'm looking for? They just need to be like told that yes, you can do that. Self-belief. Yeah. So like you're buying, when you buy into a program, you're basically buying permission. You're being like, yes, permission. That's right. Yeah. You're buying permission to be like, oh yeah, it's like basically the best thing you can do as a coach is be like, yeah, you can do that. Yeah. Like that'll work. Yeah, go for it. Yeah. And then people are like, you will make it work. There's no magic sauce. It's like, if you believe in it, you will make it work. Yeah. Because you have the conviction. That's the trick. Like, there's no magic system. There's no magic fucking funnel. Like, things help, systems, yeah, okay. But the real thing is, if you believe in what you're doing, it will work. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what you guys did for me as well. I remember it. I'm not sure if it was you or Darren, but someone just like, just fucking do it. And I was like, fuck.
I was like, you're like, you can do it. You can talk. You can do this. You can do that. And I was just like, you're right.
Yeah.
And then I started the podcast. That was it.
You're doing it.
That's my story.
You're doing it, bro. You're killing it, bro. You're doing a really good job. Yeah, you're a really good host. And like, you're doing it. Like, there's no magic fucking hack, and you'll be testament to this. I did it.
Yeah.
I kept doing it.
I did it. I kept doing it. Be consistent.
And I didn't stop. I stopped stopping. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, killing it, bro.
All right. I think we'll end it there, man.
How do you do the handshake at the end? It's like quite a fucking...
Yeah, just kind of a bit of a...
AI, nice.
Yeah,
cool.
Maybe we'll do a little finger hook or something.
That'd be cool. That'd be good for the
that's a
thumbnail. Yeah.
So, yeah, cool. All right.
Erotic. Nice.
Unreal. Love it. Thanks,
Cool.
man. Appreciate it.